Henry Burke, and I'm a class of 1987 alum. I have two things to start with, just to say quickly beforehand. And I'm sorry if these people left the room. I was a lawyer at Carmack. We sold 1,000 used cars a day and kept data about every brand, make, and model. And if you see him, please remind him that it is an incredibly bad idea to buy a Land Rover new, used, or junk. A Range Rover, excuse me. The other thing is, I actually entered Sewanee as a denizen of Lower Gensler, and I assure you this is the most productive thing I have ever done in this building at this level. I'm glad to be here. We're going to talk about interviewing. Each of us have topics. I also have a list of 5 things that I suspect they're going to cover, but if they don't, you may hear me. And I know some of you personally, and some of you are my mentees, and some of you I've known since you were small children. And if you fail to ask questions during a silence, again, humiliation will ensue. Go ahead.
I'll go first. My name is Lesley Grant, and I graduated from Sewanee in 1988 with an English degree. I left Sewanee and went to Atlanta and worked in marketing and PR for a technology firm for a couple of years, and then on a lark to hang out with some high school friends, I went to Los Angeles to goof off for a year before getting serious and going to law school, and I ended up staying and never going to law school. I spent 5 years in film and television development and production, and then I met a very convincing architect in 1995 by the name of Lauren Rote, who convinced me somehow to leave the film industry and work for her, and I've been in the design community for 15 years now. And I went from working with designers to sort of take their brands and put them out in the world and try to sell their services. I still do that, but I'm working for a much larger firm. I'm currently the Director of Marketing Communications for Gensler. Gensler is the largest architecture firm in the world. We have about 2,100 people in 32 offices around the world, and I am in charge of marketing communications for the Southwest Region. So that covers Los Angeles, Denver, Phoenix, San Diego, and Orange County, and Las Vegas. I like the Las Vegas part because I get that kind of fun. So I went from working really, really closely with people running their firms to now being in charge of a lot of people. And up until about a year ago, I was interviewing a lot of people a lot of the time because the economy was great and developers were building everywhere around the world, and a big commercial architecture firm like Gensler was doing a lot of work. And I needed a lot of marketing staff to keep that work coming in the door. Marketing professional services is a little bit different than marketing for a Nestle or an HP. We're promoting the work, the design work, and then there's a lot of production involved in getting proposals to clients out the door, and that requires staff at all levels. And so I was interviewing a lot, and I don't interview as frequently now because the economy is not so good. I expect it to change. So I just want to give you that background to let you understand why I'm here at this moment. And I'm just so impressed by everything I've heard so far, and I think everything we're saying in the last session and this session all feeds in to be helpful to you in the interview process. I'll give you 2 quick just tips about when you go into an interview. I've had some nightmare interviews myself, sitting in front of people interviewing me. I've had some really embarrassing moments in my past. So I recommend, to avoid those situations, I would recommend you have water with you somewhere, either on your person, or if you walk into an interview and someone offers you water, can I get you water? A lot of times I'm nervous and I say, oh, no, thank you, because I don't want to trouble anybody. Don't do that, because if you really want the job, you might be a little bit nervous and you might get a little dry mouth while you're talking, and it's really awkward if you don't have your water. And when you go, I want to go back to this topic of authenticity that was brought up in the last session a few times, because I think this is really key to what I'm looking for. When I go in to meet with people, I want them to be informed but authentic. So so I want you to know maybe a little bit about my company, but I don't want you to have crafted the foolproof answer to all of my questions. And that happens a lot, where sometimes people are so over-prepared that I don't think they want the job or know what the job entails, but they don't want to give me the wrong answer. And that makes it difficult for me. So make sure that you come in with questions. Did you say that people get in trouble if there's a moment without a question? Please have questions. If I'm interviewing with you and I ask you if you have questions and you say no, I know you don't want to work. I also am looking at a lot of things. I know you're coming in at an entry level. I can teach you what you need to know, but you have to be smart enough to learn from me. And I have a secret to for everyone who has a liberal arts degree that nobody told me when I graduated. And that is that, what are you going to do with a liberal arts degree? I mean, anything you want. You can do anything you want because you're learning how to think. And you would be amazed at how many people come in and interview with me that just really don't know how to put pieces together. And think. Take a bunch of pieces and figure out how they fit together. And I don't care if they're from Harvard or the community college down the street. You need to be able to look, to have analytical thinking and know how to make decisions and figure things out. So when I'm interviewing you, I'm looking to see how do you respond to my questions. How open-minded are you? How are you behaving in the room with me? Are you awkward? Are you shy? How do you deal with that? I'm very shy. That's why I'm rambling on and I only have like 1 minute left. I'm awkward in interviews, but and that's okay with me, but just be authentic. Somebody asked if you should answer honestly. Don't give me a false answer because you want to impress me. Just tell me what you think and be willing. Know that you're not walking in to, somebody said you're not going to get a fabulous job, or all first jobs are not fabulous jobs, but they're fabulous opportunities. And so just find a way to think, what am I going to learn from this person? Is this person a great mentor? And what could this job teach me? What could this company offer that I might want to, explore later on? So I